good. My hair still sucks. I had the fucking haircut like a couple days ago still that I fucking hated, where like I really don't understand how she really it up. Like it's like you just cut everything the same length. And I told her not to cut it that much. Cut a ton off. But I noticed parts like initially like were like longer than other parts. I'm like, how the
is on top?
Yeah, it's getting better now. It looks way better on camera than it does in person, in my opinion. But like,
Yeah,
we're
I
getting
think your
there.
hair
Like
looks
another couple
fine.
of days, and I'll be all right. But the first few days were like iffy. I was like, ooh.
I think it looks fine.
Like I said, it looks way better, in my opinion, on camera than it does in
Yeah.
person. But again, we all care. I don't even know what false start. Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I am your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Good evening.
How you doing, my dude?
Doing all right.
We're at a little bit of our own little milestone here. We have hit episode 40 of season 2 of the Reality Guys. So thank you to everyone who has watched. And if this is your first time checking us out, we appreciate you as well. We are here to cover the season finale of Survivor 41. So we're not going to bury the lead here. We're really just going to react to the main news, and we'll give some episode detail stuff if it comes up in conversation. But we do have a winner for Survivor 41, and it was Erica.
Yeah.
In an overwhelming vote.
Right. And I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah, I want to get your thoughts, Brian. I mean, you're the one, obviously, the resident expert here on Survivor. I want to get your thoughts overall. One, like your surprise level, and two, do you think she deserved it?
If like when we first reviewed this season right off the bat, I don't know if maybe Kevin said that she could be a player. I don't really remember. I'd have to go watch it back, but I'm pretty sure he mentioned like, oh, this.
I'm pretty sure
like,
he did.
She could like be the one that wins or like could contend, and she did contend. But in the beginning of the show, pre-merge, I didn't really know much about Erica, and I think I can say that for all three of us, because that tribe was never on screen because they had no issues. They were constantly winning. Like
they always won.
Turmoil. Everyone got along. So like we didn't really get introduced to Erica until she was really alone on the island.
You're very true. Until she got the hourglass.
So like that, I know they're like loving this, like the accelerated clock on this, like how many days. I wasn't a huge fan. I like it kind of longer and like more like relationships can build. Like you can be annoyed by somebody longer. The more you're with them, you're going to be annoyed by them longer. Like that's just natural if you don't like somebody.
I agree.
But I think from the last couple episodes, I think it's a warranted win for her. Like I know that Kev said in the other episodes, like she could be like, as we were watching, like, yeah, you got to watch out for Erica. And she got the win, and like a convincing win.
I mean, a convincing win.
Yeah.
It wasn't even, there was no drama. You realized about 3-4 votes in where this was going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you kind of could tell from the questions. I mean, she didn't really screw anyone. She was involved in some of the blind sides and things like that, like Ricard or Shan or whatever, right. But she never really was too much an orchestrator. I guess the biggest heat you would say she got was maybe when Deshawn tried to blow up her spot. Mm-hmm. But we saw really in the following days that Heather really was more upset at Deshawn than at Erica for that. So,
yeah,
you know, she didn't play any kind of crazy frills game. And I do commend her for it. I mean, obviously, again, she won. My real complaint, and I guess, again, I am a novice to the formatting of Survivor in a lot of ways. I really just don't love going from 5 to 0 in the final episode. I really think we could have had at least another week, maybe like another week of just one elimination. And to be honest, I know you said that recently it always does come down to the final 3. I would love to see a final 2. I just think that it's really crazy to get down to that final 3 and you have to win that elimination and you have to make the decision who you're going to take with you. And you get the double-edged sword kind of thing. And I don't know. I guess to me as a viewer from the time we invested and how much fun we were having, I felt like they tied it up kind of too quickly.
Yeah, I agree. I do like that when it's 2 versus 3 more, because I think the person who wins immunity to get to the final has a bigger decision to make. Like, it's not like she didn't that Xander had a tough decision, but like in past seasons, they have to like go back and sit on it for a day. And it's like they're just one person will go talk to him and bug him, and then that person will walk away. Then the other one, it's like this one, it's like, oh, I can take my buddy, and then
Mhm.
who's that third wheel I can take? And I don't know. I agree with you. I like when it's two versus three personally, but that
They
hasn't been
also
like that in a while. On the ones I'm on season 27, hasn't been two in the last like 10.
it's I mean, again, that's kind of what the game is now. Another thing that was interesting, obviously, is that they read the votes live and then they held a impromptu reunion. So I kind of want to get your opinion on both of those. So how about you start with the reading the votes live, and then I know you had some opinions about the reunion.
So reading live, I just want to say something real quick about the jury.
Yeah.
Normally, I obviously haven't watched many of the newer seasons because I'm getting there. But like I was not a fan of the jury, like the way it was just like open questions. Like normally it's like Jeff would be like, okay, Danny, it's your turn to go up, and Danny will go up. And then it's like he's done, then it's Evie, then it's Ricard. Like I didn't like because I didn't think some people said much. Like,
Also, or some of the jurors didn't shut the frig up.
yeah,
Like,
right.
they were
Exactly.
speaking they were answering for some of them. And I
Didn't
was
like
like,
that. Didn't like that.
stop it. I remember, again, I only seen a few seasons, but I've seen like seasons 1 through say like 5, and the jurors are dead ass serious.
And they're mad. Like everyone was
Yeah,
too nice.
they're so mad.
Yeah,
None of them were mad.
too nice. Two were too nice.
Oh, no. Ricard was kind of mad,
Yeah, but I mean,
but
come
then
on.
he was fine.
If
But
he
then he
loves
was
the
fine.
game, if he loves the game as much as he says he loves it, for the reason he was mad, like he didn't really get backstabbed. Like if I'm being
No, he
honest.
was asking if their like friendship was real, and he's like,
Right.
Xander's like, I mean, yeah, dude, but
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah, it's a
Like, you were
game.
gonna beat me.
Right. And like in the past, there's been like jurors where they're like, I'm not even talking to you. Like they're still angry. Like, and I
That's
just
classic.
I don't know. I just felt like that aspect of like the jury usually is angry and mad, give or take like a few people, and I just felt like it was just too nice. Like it was like softball pitch questions to me. Like no one was really asking the deep ones. Like why does that person not deserve to win? Like they never were pitting them against each other.
Mm-mm.
It just was like meh. But sorry, going back to the jury voting live. I don't know. I like the audience there. I think like the doing it live as well. Like they didn't have like the people got eliminated week. Like I want to see my boy Abraham. Like I want to know. I want Jeff to check in on Abraham, even if it's just for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
And, like we didn't get that, and that's something I enjoy in
the reunion.
because then we also get the fan vote. I don't know if it's a new thing. Like, I mean, they've done it like consistently on the seasons I watch, but like the player of the season, like that's not always the person that won.
Yeah,
Because like
I
we
missed that
were
too.
talking this pre-show, like like Ricard to me would if they had that reward, it would probably go to Ricard Alexander because like he won a ton of challenges, like he was
Yeah.
involved in decision making, like because Erica was constantly on the bottom, so that's why no one was angry at her because she never really had power in the game.
Yeah,
Any moment. So
she really got to fly under the radar. I mean, but Erica, if anything, kind of is a testament to something you're a big fan of, Brian's like winning matters. Her team, she won a lot of the team competitions.
yeah,
She does that flip. She wins the advantage today, which makes her win the immunity thing easily because she gets a heads up, and she only wins by like a few pieces. So if she didn't have those advantages, she doesn't go. That doesn't mean she necessarily gets voted out, but it ensured her into it, man. I mean, winning mattered this season, which was a big thing that I enjoyed.
Right. And I guess the thing today, or not today, but one of the show deciding who, like, we got to talk about the fire thing a little bit because
Yeah, we will.
normally, like, I'm going to jump to it real quick. Like, I actually thought that was kind of cool where it's like you're going to secure your person that you want there. And, wait, is that how it did? It was like,
yeah, he was able to take, he took Erica with him.
yeah. Okay. So it's essentially like and I like that because it left it up to chance. But that was a good fire build. I mean, of the fire
That was intense. I was just going to
building
ask you,
contest I've seen, that was one of the better, like maybe the best.
how do you feel about the fire? I kind of not sure how I feel about the fire building thing in general, though. Again, it's just one of those things to me that you work so goddamn hard the entire season and you scheme, and then your flame doesn't burn fast enough, dude. I don't know. I just don't know if I would. I would definitely go out like so upset.
Right, but I mean, I just finished an episode of season 27 where they had to draw rocks. So I mean, I'd rather do fire.
Oh, get out of here. That's yeah. I mean, to be fair too, Deshaun survived a 1 out of 3 thing too a few weeks back.
Yeah,
Like,
right. He's definitely had his back against the wall.
yeah,
But that was a really good fire building, and I'm surprised they still have the same like mechanic function of like season 4 when it first started, or season 5, I don't remember, but like it's the same thing. Like you burn a thing and a little flag just pops up. Like I thought it'd be something better. Like by then they'd have something more like new they haven't changed that. Maybe they just don't use it that often.
I think I do see some of these. I do think a few of these players will be players that would recur, would either try to do one of the all-star seasons, redemption seasons. Maybe 1 or 2 of them. I mean, some of them are young, like Xander being really young, and the other kid who was super young who ended up getting eliminated pretty early on was like with the J, it was like Jeremiah or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Like
he was the guy with the dreads.
Oh, JD.
Some of those guys I could see back, or see maybe trying to jump to another kind of reality show, like a Big Brother or like a challenge or something like that. So, I do also think, I mean, obviously we kind of teased it a little bit at point, but they did have a good social message throughout the season, and they definitely veered off of that. Like they didn't back off of it, but they didn't beat us over the head with it as the season progressed, so I think it hit a pretty good balance.
No, I agree.
We do have a season 42 that is coming in March. We have that confirmed. They did have a small preview, and they did release the logo as well. It's kind of like a lock and key. I think we're going to have the same format relatively as this season, because this was filmed right after Survivor 41. So these seasons are going to be kind of linked, I think, in formatting and how they roll out. Again, a lot of that was COVID related. I hope, let's just start with this. This would be a good way to kind of segue out. Hopes for season 42, Bri, things you'd like to see maybe come back, or some things from this season you would like to have come, and also maybe some things from the season you would want to get rid of.
So before I answer that, the way he was explaining it makes me think like they're going to be in Fiji again.
I think they're literally like probably on just an island
like,
down the street.
They're going to just like tape a number 2
zoom out
for the 1 and just like bring like, all right, here we go, next guy's in, like just like that. So I don't know. I don't want to do 3 tribes. I think it needs a 2-2.
Okay.
I think because like
Good
we
one.
didn't get enough of like, that's one of my beefs in the beginning. Like we didn't get enough of the blue tribe. Like we were constantly in green camp, yellow camp, and like those camps sucked. And I hope we go back to 2.
Yasa.
And like maybe like 20% less idols.
I would say I'm basically on the same trope as you, and it's kind of the same things we talk about like in the challenge in certain ways. So I would say less idols, less in the beginning, I need the first few weeks to be less clogged up with the BS. They had the stupid switches and the making them go walk on the islands with someone.
Yeah.
Just get the first few weeks, like you said, camp life.
Yeah.
First like few weeks, let's get to know people. Let's have some traditional reward and immunity challenges. And then like, even if you want to do 2-3 weeks of 2 tribes, then you want to do a quick split and start messing with people, fine, whatever. But like, let's get something where there was bigger groups together. I agree. I want, I would love to see 2 people. I know we're not going to get it, but I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to put it out there every season until we get it. So this is the first time we're going to have a little counter going. It's maybe 5-6 years until we get something like this, but this is the first time, Challenge Gods and Jeff Probst, will you please give us 2 finalists and not 3?
It would definitely be cool. And like going back to what you said about like more camp life in the beginning, I'm fine with them doing like 2 tries, but they switch twice.
Yeah.
Or like just don't do 3. I just think 3, the camera time, it just takes away from some of the people. Like I think that's a big deal because like we never really got to connect with anybody till like really late in the show.
Like, what is this? Like a Spider-Man movie? Like, what do you need, a Spider-Man per tribe? Because it's what we got going on now in the world. 3 Spider-Men, 3 tribes. Like,
but it sounds like, Bill, they're gonna have that dumb phrasing thing again based off the trailer.
Oh, you mean the game within a game?
Yeah. No.
Like, the activating the power twins activate immunity idol with the password.
That sounds like
speak friend and enter.
Yeah, they're gonna do that again, which I don't like. I want idols to be hard. Like they got to dig in the ground. Like I don't like. I do like that they're hidden, but I just felt like they found him really easy, but maybe it's just they just cut that time down. Who knows really how long they were looking.
The more we talk about this, the more I have a feeling like a couple of weeks into next season, we're going to be like, this is literally the same season as last season.
I hope we get a food eating challenge. I doubt we will.
Now
Like,
we
I
get a
also
food
think
eating.
family. They didn't do the family this year. That's a big.
Not getting that either.
That sucks. That's like good. That's how people get mad at you when you get to pick two like people to go with their family. Other people get
Food
mad.
auction.
Yeah,
Food auction.
food auction, eating competition, and family. If we get one of those three, I'll be happy. I
I
love
didn't
the
see
eating
many people
competition.
catching fish this season either. Get
Yeah,
any more fishermen.
that's why we need two tribes. We need camp life. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree. So, I mean, overall, I was happy with the season. There were some changes we liked, some changes we didn't like, but I think overall, I mean, I think the Survivor franchise is alive and well. The
Hmm.
engagement's been really good on the internet with this series, with this season, and I think it's kind of even snuck up on people a little bit. So I do think that the season in the spring is going to even have a little bit more buzz to it.
Yeah,
Um, but for ourselves, our next episode is going to be a review of was it episode 5 or 6 at this point?
I think it's
Of
six of All Stars.
episode 6 of season 2 of the challenge All Stars. We just, like we said earlier in the episode, reviewed the finale earlier in the week of Spies, Lies, and Allies, which is the current season 37. That's also getting another season in the spring, summertime. That'll be season 38. But for myself, Brian, Kevin, peace.